I made an equipment deck with no actual equipment in it. And you might be wondering, but why? Well, it's because swords and stuff are actually really expensive, and I can't afford to put them in my decks because I'm poor. So, but how, you're wondering? 0 cards that are technically equipment. How are we going to make that work? Well, we got a regular guy as our commander. But time out. Before I explain more, obviously, I'm the unhinged deck builder guy. So if you got a silly, wacky, goofy commander idea, challenge me down below. The top comment, I have to build. Sort of like the Conclave with the smoke and the Pope and everything like that. It's pretty fun. So our commander is Dan Lewis. He's a regular guy. Look at him. He's a human. And what he says is actually stuff is equipment now. That's pretty good. And because it's not equipment cards, but they're different things, it's fair game. Don't call the referee on me. It makes sense. Bludgeon Brawl. Actually, this card's also Dan Lewis. Arterial Alchemy, Dan Lewis. Armed with Proof, Dan Lewis. Now, if you can count, that's 4 Dan Lewises. That's a whole barbershop quartet of Dan Lewises. Pretty sweet. Now, Mycosynth Lattice actually says, hey, all permanents are artifacts now, which is awesome, including land. So if we have Spire of Industry, we can make it into an equipment, and then we can slay with Spire. You see what I did there? Cloud, Planet Champion. Basically, this guy's cracked with Dan Lewis, because guess what? We can equip stuff onto him for free now, and he's indestructible, and he has double strike. He's just a Chad in general. It's really cool. He's got a lot of weapons on him, all right? But what about protection? Well, obviously, our second commander is Second Doctor, because he's the second, and he's playing second fiddle. And what does he do? Well, he's not a regular guy at all. He's a Time Lord and a doctor. Not everyone's a doctor. This guy, though, he says, get bribed, idiot. You're going to draw a card on your end step, and then each opponent who also does that can't attack. They got to leave me alone. Really fun. It's like giving candy to a baby. You know what I'm saying? Carry away, though. We can take something, equipment. Stolen uniform, we get to take someone's equipment. Fumble, give me that. Magnetic Theft and Gripophyresis all let us steal equipment from our opponents. It's like taking candy from a baby, which is actually good because babies shouldn't have candy at all because they barely have any teeth. In fact, actually, most babies only develop teeth at 9 months. It can take upwards of about like 3 years to get all their teeth. That's pretty crazy. Togo Goblin Weaponsmith. This guy says, get rocked, idiot. He's going to make a rock when land enters is a rock. Now, fun fact, I actually don't want to rock babies, all right? Because babies shouldn't be rocked. Despite all the nursery rhymes about rocking babies, you shouldn't do that. That's bad. Now, remember that quartet of Dan Lewis's we had? You know? Well, there's actually a 5th one. Gem Cutter Buccaneer. This guy's sick. He's like Bruno Mars because he cares about that treasure. That's funny in my head. But why I mention him now? Well, it's actually because I forgot. Because I was looking up stuff about baby teeth, so I totally forgot about that card. Anyway, you happy now? Like Pharrell Williams, who is not Bruno Mars? Anyway, Gem Cutter basically is like, hey, we want treasure, so Tempting Contract makes us treasure. Buck Nerds, Everfilling Purse, hey, treasure. Academy Manufacturer, when we make stuff, we make treasure. That's good. Tataru Taru makes us treasure because we're giving people a draw on our end step with the doctor, and they get treasure, and we get treasure. There and back again. We're going to get 14 treasure in like 3 turns, and then, yeah, that's a lot. That's all the treasure we're going to need, really. It's pretty stuff. But what about stuff stacking? You know, like Gem Cutter and Dan Lewis. Can we make our equipments really good? Well, you see here, that circus doesn't belong to me. And those monkeys, yeah, those are not mine. You know what I'm saying? So not my circus, not my monkeys, but something about layers. You got to do the math on your own, all right? All right. Brunoir Brettlehammer. This guy is a big guy, and his pants, they're okay. He makes stuff really good, and we can cheat equipment costs, make our equipment stronger. Nice. Kembla Ka Region. Big guy, and cat okay. You know what I'm saying? Because you make cats, the more equipment are attached, and then we have 2/2s, and we have a big board state. It's pretty fun. What about Arden? This guy, well, we can cheat out equipment costs. Very nice. Pure Steel Paladin, 0 equip cost. Very nice. Volshock, this guy comes in and steals everything. Pretty cool. Ruck, Hex Gold Nabber, he steals stuff. He's pretty good. Hella Trooper, steal stuff. Cast Hand of Vengeance. We get a bunch of stuff that lets us equip for free, including this Planeswalker. Very fun. But you got to be careful when you're cheating equipment costs, or else someone's going to hit your car with a Louisville Slugger to both headlights. That's Carrie Underwood, by the way, who is not Bruno Mars. Anyway, Second Doctor and a little bit of Chronomantic Escape, where basically things can attack us, and they really can attack us for sure. And we're going to be safer than the areolas of a breastfeeding woman before 9 months because, you know, babies don't have teeth yet, so you're safe. Anyways, rule of 3. So you remember those the guys, and we had that guy? Well, the thing is, we got a lot of them. So Martha Jones investigates, makes clues, unblockable. Senator Peacock, everything is clue. We can sack clue, make things unblockable. Aragorn, make himself unblockable or something else unblockable. Very nice. Unblockable, unblockable. Then we punch him in the face, just like that one guy did to Logan Paul, who is not Bruno Mars, but he is a baby. Anyway, Mycosynth Lattice is really good because now everything is artifacts. And Generous Plunderer is really good because when he attacks, he does a bunch of damage equal to the amount of artifacts somebody has. And if everything's an artifact, that's a lot. It's a lot of damage. Now, Gold Warden's Gambit is basically our version of Craterhoof Behemoth because we're going to make 5 2/2s, and attach any equipment or an equipment to it, yeah, whatever. It's still a lot. It makes sense to me, okay? That's a lot of damage. This deck is really silly. I recommend you try it out. It's fun. There's no equipment technically, but it's on a technicality. So, yeah, that's the end of the video, though. So if you liked it, leave a like. If you subscribe, subscribe. Shout out to all my patrons on Patreon. Yeah, that's right. This is a Patreon deck. That's right. Wasn't it cool? I'll build people custom decks. I'll roast your deck. I'll help you out. All on my Twitch, Quips&Guac _ Follow me or else. And of course, you can get sick playmats on Jank Mats in the link in the description. They're really nice. They look really good. And I got a Discord link down below. Fun, free, cool. Join it. Have a good day.